story time with Nate. Hooray!
Hello, young readers, and if you're new here, thank you for joining us at Storytime with Net. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe so that you can follow us along as and when we read new books. Douglas, the big, brown, lovable bear, is back. His dad gives him a special gift, a woolly hat. But then something terrible happens. How will he ever tell his dad? Let's read Don't Worry, Douglas by David Melling. Get your copy of this book and let's read together. Douglas and his dad were playing. What have you got behind your back? Asked Douglas. Nothing, said Dad. Not that hand, the other one. Dad smiled. Close your eyes. Wow, said Douglas. Thanks, Dad. Douglas had never had a woolly hat before. He couldn't wait to show his friends. Take care of it, said Dad, but Douglas was already off. Look at me, Douglas cried. Snazzy hat, Douglas, baaed the sheep. I can even do cartwheels in it, he whooped. And he did, again and again, until something didn't feel right. Douglas gasped. His new woolly hat had turned into one long string of spaghetti. That's not supposed to happen, he said. Don't worry, Douglas, said the sheep. We'll fix it. They wound it into a ball and squished it back into shape. Any better? They asked. No, said Douglas. Cow is a good thinker, said the sheep. She'll know what to do. Cow thought she had a very good idea. Pretty, she said. No, said Douglas. Don't worry, Douglas, chirped a swoopy bird. I can use this for my nest. No, you can't, yelped Douglas. That's my new woolly hat. Doesn't look like a woolly hat, said the swoopy bird. Anyway, she puffed, it doesn't fit. And she dropped it. Just then it began to rain and everyone hurried for cover, except Douglas. What's my dad going to say? He worried. Rabbit popped up. Ooh, thanks, Douglas. Just what I need to plug the hole in my burrow. That's my new woolly hat, cried Douglas. Dad gave it to me. Sorry, said Rabbit. I didn't know. Come here, she said, and wiped his nose. What am I going to do? Sniffed Douglas. Rabbit looked thoughtful. Why don't you just tell him what happened? He's nice, your dad. He'll understand. Maybe Rabbit was right. Douglas picked up his wet spaghetti hat and trudged back home. Oh, Douglas, said his mum, look at you. Where's your new hat? Asked his dad. Douglas told them everything. Don't worry, Douglas, said Dad. I've got something for you. Guess which hand? Douglas wasn't sure. Here's my hat, said Dad, laughing. You'll soon grow into it. This was such a heartwarming story, and Douglas learned that it takes a big bear to tell the truth. I'm looking forward to seeing you here again at Storytime with Net. Until then, be happy. Banana hat, diaper hat. I don't like peas hat. Follow the leader hat. Spot the difference hat. Best friends hat. Pants hat. Peekaboo hat. Wig hat. feather hat, love hat, potty hat, family hat. The end.